Welcome to another edition of The Leaders. I'm Yuli Ismartono from AsiaViews in Seoul, South Korea, to meet with a few prominent Koreans who are leaders in their field. We will chat today with Mr. Park Won-sun, one of Korea's most influential and respected figure for his leadership in the civic movement. Last year, Mr. Park was awarded the prestigious Magsaysay Award. He founded the People's Solidarity for Participatory Democracy in 1994, during the uncertain period following the end of decades of authoritarianism in Korea. He now heads the Beautiful Foundation, a philanthropic organization with 26,000 members dedicated to helping the needy and public interest groups. Welcome to The Leaders, Mr. Park, and thank you for being with us.
It's very honorable for me.
Mr. Park, you have been an activist from the start. You were a student protesting against a repressive regime, then as a human rights lawyer. What drove you to be involved in civic movements?
Actually, I don't know. It's kind of destiny. In 1975, I was expelled from the university and went to prison. Actually, I didn't know that from the start. I mean, I was only the freshman, so I really enjoyed attending the class. But one day, there was big demonstration against the then dictator President Park Chung-hee, and the police was cracking down in very, severely. So I, naturally, I was involving in the participation in the demonstration. So I was arrested and expelled. So probably the God guided me in that direction. I cannot explain,
You decided to fight against injustice.
After being imprisoned, I could meet so many, student activists, and so I was very much influenced by them and their thought, and I was realizing that I was in the center of the history and the people. So I decided to follow my senior friends who were fighting against the dictatorship and for democracy.
Yeah, you are known as a human rights lawyer, and you also founded the People's Solidarity for Participatory Democracy in 1994.
Right.
Right. Now, what was the objective of that organization?
Yeah, actually, in 1980s, I defended many political prisoners, and especially in 1987, with so many students and laborers and intellectuals who fought against the dictator, the regime was collapsed. But even after that, in the transitional period, I strongly felt that a new kind of movement was necessary. I mean, in 1970s, 80s, it was very simple to, replace the dictatorship into democratic government. But after that, it was a more complex situation to change the systems and the mentality of the people. So, I established the, People's Solidarity for Participatory Democracy, because I felt we need more systematic response to change the society. So the PSPD is not attacking the government, but at the same time, we were trying to submit our own alternatives to new changing society.
And from human rights lawyer, you went to social work and established the Beautiful Foundation. What are the activities of the Beautiful Foundation?
In 2002, after serving for 7 years as a Secretary General of PSPD, I felt that my junior staffs were getting older, and I was in that same position too long. So I thought it's high time to resign and to make them succeed the position and to expand new territory. So after resigning the post, I thought what was most appropriate for me to do in that time. So I decided that I should begin a new project, which was very strange to Koreans. It's philanthropy, because experiencing a big, the tragic history in Korea, the Koreans had forgotten the good tradition of philanthropy. So I established the Beauty Foundation, which is aiming to expand the culture of giving to Korean society. As you know, Korea had already been industrialized, so they have enough resources to give for others. So I began the campaign, especially 1% sharing movement, which is targeting every people to join, to give 1% of their income or even the talent, something like that.